Hello, first grade, and happy Tuesday. We are reading Junie B. Jones and the Yucky Blucky Fruitcake. Today we're going to be reading Chapter 2. Yesterday, when we left off, we found out that Junie B. Jones is being watched by her Grandpa Frank Miller, and she's headed to school. She goes to kindergarten in the afternoon. So this is Chapter 2, and we're going to find out what happens next. So Chapter 2, and this is Junie B. Jones and the Yucky Blucky Fruitcake by Barbara Park. Chapter 2, Hopping and Racing and Tic-Tac-Toed. I ride the school bus with my bestest friend named Grace. She has curly black hair. That is my favorite kind of head. Also, she has pink high tops with big feet in them. That Grace is a lucky duck, I think. Hey, Grace, guess what? Me and my Grandpa Frank Miller played games today, and I winned him at Old Maid and at hopping and skipping and tic-tac-toed. And I am the bestest game winner in the whole world. That Grace smiled. Me too, she said. I'm a good game winner too. I patted her very nice. Yeah, only you can't be as good as me, Grace, 'cause I said it first, that's why. That Grace did a mad face at me. Then she called me the name of Beanie Head. I patted her again. You don't take criticism that well, Grace, I said. Just then she got out a pencil and paper from her backpack. She drew a tic-tac-toed. Now we'll see who the bestest winner really is, she said. I got X's, I hollered. I got O's, she hollered. I go first, I hollered. I go second, she hollered. Then me and her played tic-tac-toed. Tic-tac-toed, 3 in a row, I yelled very fast. See, Grace? See, I told you I'm the bestest winner. That Grace looked at the paper. But your X's aren't in a row, Junie B., she said. I did a huffy breath at her. I know they are not in a row, Grace. That's why I made a curvy line to connect them. That Grace jumped up. Cheater, cheater, that's cheating, she shouted. The X's have to be in a straight row. Then she passed our tic-tac-toed all around the bus, and all the other kids called me cheater too. Plus a mean boy named Jim called me the name of nutball. I hate that guy. After that, I scooted way over next to the window all by myself. I should have took O's, I whispered very disappointed. Pretty soon the bus pulled into the school parking lot. I hurried off that thing speedy quick. Hey, Junie B., wait up, yelled that Grace. You and me can skip to the swing set together. Want to? And so all of a sudden I felt happy inside again, 'cause skipping is my bestest game. I could cream her at that, I think. Hey, Grace, I hollered. You and me can have a skipping race. The first one to the swings is the winner. I took a big breath. Ready, set, go, I shouted. Except for that Grace wasn't actually off the bus yet. Only that's not my problem. I skipped as fast as a speeding rocket. I'm winning, I shouted very thrilled. But just then that Grace skipped right past me. Hi, Junie B. Bye, Junie B., she said. Then she touched the swing set before I did. I won, she yelled. I beat you at skipping. I told you I was a good game winner. I stamped my foot at her. No, you are not a good game winner, Grace, I said, 'cause your feet are way gianter than mine, and also you have pink high tops, so that race was not fair and square. That Grace stuck her tongue out at me. That is not attractive of you, madam, I said. Then I turned around and saw my other best friend named Lucille. I runned to her speedy quick. Hey, Lucille, it's me. It's your bestest friend, Junie B. Jones. Let's not play with that Grace, okay? Let's just play by ourselves, 'cause you and me can have a hopping contest, and we can see who's the bestest hopper. Lucille fluffed her lacy dress. Okay, but I'm not allowed to get sweaty, and also I must be careful of my fingernails. She showed them to me. See? The manicure lady painted them apricot ice. See how beauteous they are? Yeah, whatever, I said, not looking. I took a giant breath. Ready, set, go, I shouted. Then me and Lucille started hopping on one foot. We hopped and hopped and hopped, only it wasn't as fun as hopping with Grandpa Miller, on account of Lucille didn't get tired and fall over. Look, Junie B., she said very squeally. Look how bouncy I am. This is fun, isn't it? I wiped my sweating head. Yeah, only it would be funner if you fell over now, Lucille, because I just had a skipping contest with that Grace, and I'm a little poop tear. Look, Junie B., she said. Look how fluffy my skirt bounces over my head when I hop way high. My face felt hottish and reddish. I can see your underpants, Lucille, I told her. Only that dumb Lucille didn't even care if I could see her underpants. She just kept on hopping and hopping. Finally, I got tired and fell over. Yeah, shouted Lucille. I'm the winner of hopping. Just then the school bell rang, and everyone ran to room 9, except for not me. Here's the picture on this page. I walked very slow, all by myself. Mrs. was standing outside room 9. Mrs. is the name of my teacher. She has another name too, but I just like Mrs., and that's all. She smiled at me. Why so glum today, Junie B., she asked. 'Cause people keep on beating me at all my games, that's why. And so now I'm not the bestest winner anymore, I said. Then I went to my seat, and I put my head down on the table. On account of glum is when the happy is gone right out of you. And now we are on chapter 3. And you know what? I'm going to read one more chapter today so we can get through all of them by Friday. So I'm going to do 2 today. Chapter 3, all about carnivals. Mrs. took attendance. Attendance is when you say the word here, only I didn't feel like saying it, so I just raised my hand very flimsy. Are you feeling all right, Junie B.? Mrs. asked. She's okay, said Lucille. She's just mad because I beat her at hopping. Yeah, only I already explained that to you, madam, I shouted at Lucille's face. Mrs. clapped her loud hands at me. Junie B. Jones, that will be enough of that, she said. I put my hat on my table again. This day is a bummer, I whispered to just myself. Mrs. stood up at her desk. Boys and girls, may I have your attention, please? I would like to talk to you about a special night coming up at school on Friday. It's called Carnival Night. Does anyone know what a carnival is? I do, said that Jim I hate. A carnival is like what they have at the state fair every year. There's lots of rides there, like the Ferris wheel and the tilt-a-whirl and the bumper cars. Yeah, and there's a shooting gallery with fake ducks, said Jamal. And there's cotton candy that rots your teeth by eating big black holes in your protective tooth enamel, said a boy I love named Ricardo. Ricardo's mother is a dentist, I think. After that, a crybaby boy named William stood up very shy. And he said one time he rode the scary roller coaster, and he didn't even cry that much. Except for he accidentally threw up his chili dog. Then Paul Allen Puffer told about carnival food that he threw up too, like a candy apple and a caramel popcorn and a rubber band. Except for that is not food, that is office supplies. I raised my hand. Carnivals are rip-offs, I said, 'cause one time my daddy kept on trying to knock over 3 bottles with a ball, but even when he hit them, they wouldn't fall down. So then he and my mother had to call the cops. And also eyewitnesses. News at 6 and 10. Mrs. laughed out loud. Yeah, that is not a laughing matter, I told her. She stopped smiling. No, of course it isn't, she said, but I promise that nothing like that will happen at our school's carnival night, Junie B. All the games are going to be run by parents and teachers, and there will be hundreds of prizes to win. I sat up a little bit straighter. Hundreds? I said. Hundreds, she said. Yeah, only I didn't even know how to win them, I said. And so Mrs. got out a piece of paper that told all about the carnival games. Well, let's see, she said. It says there will be a fishing booth, a penny toss, a moonwalk tent, a putting green, clothespins in the bottle, a basketball chute, a ring toss, and a booth where you can throw wet sponges at our principal's face. Just then, room 9 started laughing very much, because throwing sponges at a principal is a dream come true, that's why. Mrs. kept on reading. It also says that Mrs. Hall, the art teacher, will be painting faces in the art room. And in our very own room 9, there is going to be a cakewalk. I jumped right out of my chair. Hey, guess what? Walking on cake is the funnest thing I love. 'Cause one time at a picnic, I stepped on my grandpa's Little Debbie snack cake with bare feet, and the creamy filling was very squishing between my toes. Goonie! Shouted out that Jim I hate. You Goonie Bird Jones, you don't walk on cake. A cakewalk is a game where you win a cake, right, teacher, right? Mrs. made squinting eyes at him. Yes, Jim, but we do not call people Goonie birds. Calling people names is rude. Plus, if you want to make a comment, I would appreciate it if you would politely raise your hand. Like me, right, Mrs.? I hollered out, 'cause I raised my hand very polite when I told you that carnivals were rip-offs, remember that? Then a lot of other kids shouted that were very polite, too. And so I had to stand up on a chair so Mrs. could hear me. Yeah, only they can't be as polite as me, right, Mrs.? Because I said it first, right? Then Mrs. rubbed her head for a very long time. And also she took some aspirin. And now we are on chapter 4. I'm going to stop there for today because we are out of time. I hope you guys are enjoying Junie B. Jones. I think she is hilarious and really love reading those books. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Try to get outside today because it's really pretty and it will maybe rain for the rest of the week. So have a good day. I miss you guys and keep working hard.